All right, let's talk about something we've all felt. You've got this critical project, a deadline is breathing down your neck, and you're stuck. Completely stuck, just waiting on someone else. Today, we're going to break down a system that's designed to help you smash right through those roadblocks and get back in control.
You know, this might sound a little harsh, but it is the absolute truth. A dependency is just any piece of your project that relies on something you don't have yet. It could be data from a client, a sign-off from legal, a file from a coworker. And when that thing doesn't show up, well, your progress just grinds to a halt.
And the stakes here, they can be absolutely massive. I mean, just imagine a $200 million renewable energy project. A deal that could literally change a company's entire year is just frozen. And it's not because the strategy is bad or the analysis is wrong. Nope. It's because one tiny crucial piece of data is missing. And this isn't some crazy hypothetical. This kind of thing plays out in offices every single day.
So, that feeling of being completely stuck? Well, it actually has a name, the dependency death spiral. And honestly, just seeing it called out like this is so validating. It proves you're not crazy for feeling that frustration. It's a real, systemic problem that traps even the most productive people out there.
Think about your own work for a second. Your whole model, your entire presentation, everything is hanging by a thread, waiting on one specific input. Maybe it's sales numbers, maybe it's technical specs, or in this case, some tariff data. The second you get stuck waiting, all the project's momentum just dies, and your anxiety, well, that starts to go through the roof.
And here's exactly how that spiral happens, right? First, you do all the work you can. You build out, say, 80% of the model that's in your control. But that last critical 20%, it's locked. It needs something from someone else. So you send the emails, you follow up, and you're met with delays or even worse, just silence. And the most painful part of all? That deadline is a rock. It is not moving. The only thing that ends up giving way is your personal time. Your weekend is gone. But what if we could just flip the script on this whole thing? What if, instead of just sitting around reacting to delays, we could build a system that sees them coming and just neutralizes them? It all starts with a huge shift in mindset, from passively waiting to proactively building. Okay, now this slide really gets to the heart of it. The old way, which is our default mode, right? We wait for that perfect, final, blessed data before we even think about touching that last 20%. But the new way, the proactive way, it's all about accepting that you can still make incredible progress even with imperfect placeholder data. It's about getting it done.
And this new way actually has a name. It's called the Dependency Buffer System. And it's a super simple 4-step process that puts you right back in the driver's seat. So let's break down exactly how you can use it.
Okay, step 1. The second a project kicks off, you map out every single external piece of info you're going to need. Step 2, you immediately request all of it, but, and this is important, you give them a deadline that's at least 2 weeks before your real deadline. Step 3, and this is the magic right here. If something is missing, you don't stop. You build placeholder scenarios. Basically, you make some smart, educated guesses. And finally, step 4, you present your draft work based on those scenarios you just built.
Now, theory is one thing, but seeing this actually work in the real world, that's what it's all about. So let's jump back to that renewable energy deal and see how this buffer system completely changed the game.
I mean, this just illustrates the power perfectly. The team was stuck for 4 weeks, a whole month, waiting on these critical agreements. So instead of waiting any longer, they built 3 different scenarios using reasonable guesses for the data. They took those models to the client, and the client, who could now actually see the potential outcomes, immediately pointed to the one they liked. And then, what do you know? Like magic, the very next day, that missing data suddenly appeared.
So the real secret here is how you frame it. You stop saying, hey, I'm still waiting for your data. Instead, you say, here's the model based on our current assumptions. And here's exactly what will change once we plug in your final numbers. See that? You instantly transform from a passive person who's waiting into a proactive partner who's driving things forward.
This simple little shift in how you communicate creates a sense of urgency for them. By showing them a nearly finished product, you make giving you that last piece of data the easiest, smallest step they need to take. All of a sudden, finding that file for you becomes their top priority. The result is often a crazy fast turnaround.
So really, this isn't just some clever tactic. It's a whole new philosophy for getting things done. It's a fundamental shift from a state of passive waiting to a state of active modeling.
Let this become your new mantra. Seriously, chasing perfection is really just a fancy form of procrastination.
The project that waits for every single piece of data to be absolutely final, that's the project that gets stuck in limbo and never sees the light of day. It's always progress over perfection.
So the takeaway here is incredibly clear, and you can start doing it today. The very next time you feel that familiar frustration of waiting on someone else, your new instinct should be to start building, to start modeling with what you've got. Stop waiting, start modeling.
And that leaves us with one final thought. Just think about your current to-do list, right now. Where are you stuck? What project, big or small, is just sitting in a holding pattern? What placeholder scenario can you build this afternoon to break it free?